Hi Stitchy friends, this is Laura from Stitching by the Shore. This is a channel all about cross stitch and I'm coming to you for a very quick short video. As many of you know that one of the ways I like to fully finish my stitching pieces is into scrapbook pages, and then they all go into a master scrapbook that then I have as kind of a memory piece. And this week I created what is one of my most favorite finishes for scrapbooking. It's not very difficult, and I think it would be fun just to show you what I did. So let's get started. First, I want to show you the page, and then I'm just going to show you all the different pieces of, they're not equipment, supplies that I did to finish it, and show you that it doesn't take too much if you are intrigued and want to give it a try yourself. So here we go. Here's my page. I love this one so much. It is autumn something, hands-on design. I'm sure many of you know it. The model is stitched on a black. I changed that up, and then obviously I didn't stitch all of the leaves that went with it because when I changed the fabric, you may remember, I couldn't get a good color of floss that I really liked with the leaves. So I decided to do something a little different. So this right here, I have two things of stickers, and then I have two pieces of cardstock, and then it's all just adhesives and glue. So let me just walk you through it. My base is this piece of cardstock right here. So this one stays at the 8.5 by 11, and I did nothing with it. It's just like that. Then what I did was I prepped my stitching piece. When I scrapbook my pieces, I do prep them by putting interfacing. I want to say it is Pellin 950F. If I'm wrong, I will put it in the description box below. And I put the interfacing on. Then what I do is then I cut it down to the size I want. And then I took this piece of cardstock and I debated which one I wanted for colors because I wasn't sure what I wanted to bring out. But in the end, I decided to go dark because I felt that looked better against the green than trying to bring out any of the oranges or things like that. So I measured what this was, and then I cut it. If I want a 1/4 inch around each side, then I cut it a 1/2 inch. It's the same thing you do when you're measuring your fabric for stitching. If you want a 3-inch margin all the way around, then you add 6 inches onto your cut piece. Same thing that way, just a, 1/2 inch each way will give me that 1/4 inch. So I started with this piece of cardstock right here, and then I had my stitched piece layered on that, and then I didn't know what to do, and I played around because it's almost the size of an 8.5 by 11, but not completely. So I could have just put it on there as is, and it looked kind of cool just that way, but you know me, I have the supplies, so why not add a little something? So what I did was I pulled out my stickers, and I have two different sticker sheets that I wanted to show you. This one's an old one. I mean, I can tell you it's Bow Bunny Forever Fall, but my guess is it's several years old. So it has a lot of letters, and then it has kind of like tag-like things, and then it has kind of like borders. And I really like the border stickers. As you could tell, I ended up choosing one. So this is a 12 by 12 piece. I basically pulled it off. I put it on either side, closest to, one of the edges, and then cut off any extra. I did keep that extra because I felt like even if the stickiness doesn't completely stay when I've put it back, I could put that on a trading card maybe and finish a trading card, and I could just tape it or glue it. So I loved it. The color of it really matches nicely with everything in here. I looked at my washi tapes and I really didn't have anything. They were more Halloweenish. They really weren't autumn. So nothing was jumping out at me. So when I saw this, I thought it was perfect. So I then had the base, my stitched piece, and then just a border. And I wanted something down here because down here, if you remember the original piece, it's all leaves. Now you will see, instead of stitching the leaves, I talked about using leaf brads, and I was going to until I realized I had the metal die and I could just cut out leaves. So I cut out a bunch of leaves, and I used Fabrifix. I always call it the wrong thing. And it is from Beacon. I got this from Amazon, and I could just basically glue the paper pieces right on to the stitched piece. And you can see now they've been on for a few days. They're not falling off. And I used, if you're wondering what I used to adhere the stitched piece to the cardstock, here's my double-sided tape. And I always have this on my desk in this holder, and then I just put a replacement in there when it's done. So that's the 2 pieces of adhesive I used. There's one more tape I want to show you in a minute. So I had this here, but I didn't really want to put just leaves down here, which is what there's kind of rows of them stitched. So I said, well, what could I put here? And I pulled out this sticker sheet, and this is from, I have to lift up my glasses, Cartabella Paper Company, and it is called Welcome Fall, and it's the element stickers. Really cool, bunch of different elements. I actually considered this one right here, which was the bench with the leaves, and I did actually take it out and put it, kind of placed it on there gently to see, and it wasn't really working. I didn't know if I wanted to do like little flags at the bottom, but then there was this truck sticker, and I said, well, that would go really nicely down there. So I placed it down there. Now, because I have 2 layers, you can, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a bit of dimension. What I did was I attached the sticker here to the top part. But before I did that, at the bottom, I use mounting tape. This I usually get at Staples, although last time I was there, I couldn't really find this width, which is the width I really like. But I used the mounting tape, and what I did was I cut just a small little piece, and I put it in 3 places at the bottom. And that way it gives my piece a little dimension from the bottom, but it's attached at the top, and it sticks nicely, and it's not uneven because you have just the, this was just high enough that that mounting tape worked perfectly. And let me show you, it's not super high. That's about the width of it. If you wanted to make it higher, you could layer a couple pieces on it, but a lot of times I find that width is just perfect. So I placed that on, and there we go. It's done. 2 sticker sheets, 2 pieces of cardstock, 3 different types of adhesive or glue, and some interfacing. Now the thing is that with the double-sided tape and the Fabrifix, and even this, if you do any type of finishing on a regular basis that has to do with paper, you'll start accumulating all of these things. I use this even for my stitching finishes sometimes, the Fabrifix. So it's amazing how, even though I might have bought them at one point or another, this definitely, and the mounting tape definitely for paper crafting, I've been able to incorporate them with my stitching, and it's really made my life a lot easier. So this will, once I show it on my regular floss tube, this will go into the page protector, and it will go into the scrapbook. And yes, you will see a flip through, hopefully during Flossmas during December. So that's it. I just wanted to jump on real quick to show you a quick finish and just a few supplies. It doesn't take a ton, and hopefully that gives you some ideas. If you have any questions about anything I've used, please feel free to ask. And if there's something that you have that you want to know if it's equivalent, I'll do my best. I don't know for sure if I can answer that properly, but if I've used it and tried it, I'd be happy to give it a try. So that's it. I will hopefully see you soon with my regular floss tube. Have a good one. Bye-bye.